Hi, everyone. We have a great show today with Rachel York. She is from Let's Type About It, and she is an Enneagram coach. And we get into all things Enneagram. We talk about the different types, all 9 different types, who's what, who likes to marry who likes to be friends with who. And then she talks about her years of experience doing this and how it can affect your business and help you relate better with other people, and then how it can affect your relationships with your kids as well. So we hope you enjoy. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom, as always, and we have a great show today with an Enneagram specialist, Rachel York. She's an Enneagram coach, and her business card says Enneagram coaching for self-understanding, intentional growth, and healthier relationships. So thanks for being on here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So we've loved the Enneagram for years. We started with Myers-Briggs back in the day, and then we got really heavy into the DISC profiles.
Okay.
And now Enneagram is hot. And for people that that are listening that don't know, can you tell everybody what an Enneagram is?
Absolutely. So just to sort of simplify it, Enneagram is Greek for drawing of 9. It is an ancient personality typing system, so it's been around forever. It's become more popularized, obviously, with social media, and I feel like it really hit the scene. Like, people really started talking about it during COVID because people were home and, self-discovery, all of that. But the idea is that there are 9 core Enneagram types. You will identify with one of those types. It's formed in those formative years, roughly ages 4 to 15. And it just really helps you to understand your worldview, how you see the world, what your basic desires are, your basic fears. And it's really helpful. It's a very helpful tool to know what type you are, but also what type others in your life are.
And so everybody's probably wondering, what type are you?
How about
Stay a little closer into there.
Okay.
Or do you want us to guess?
Do you want us to
I
guess
want you
at
to
the
guess.
end or middle?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to guess. There we go.
Okay.
You like that, Kennedy?
Well, just so people know the options.
You want me to go through them?
Yeah, let's hit. So number 1 is perfectionist.
Look at you. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Do you want me to give like a brief description or just go through them?
I'd love a brief description.
Okay. The perfectionist or the reformer, they are going to be principled, purposeful. They really tend to see things very black versus white. Not a lot of room for gray area because they just think there's a right and a wrong way to do things. They are very structured. They're just very intentional. I'm just going to do briefly. I didn't really get into.
That's good.
Type 2 is the helper. They're warm. They're generous. They're the most personable of the 9 types. They're very responsible, engaging, that sort of personality. Type 3 is the achiever. They're very adaptive, very hardworking, driven. They excel in typically anything that they put their mind to, very much a go-getter. The type 4 is the individualist. They are more of the emotional of the 9 types. They tend to have high highs, low lows. They can be temperamental, just really empathetic, very empathetic. The 5 is the investigator. They are very curious, analytical. They really are very much a problem solver. So they tend to really think through things. They also tend to be the most introverted of the 9 types. The 6 is the loyalist. They can look similar to a 2 because they're very warm and personable, but they tend to struggle with fear-laced anxiety. They have just worst case scenario thinking they can struggle with, but again, they're very responsible, loyal, that sort of thing. 7 is the enthusiast. They are the quote unquote fun ones. They're spontaneous, fun-loving, optimistic. They can be a bit scattered at times because they're like YOLO vibes, like don't want to pass up any opportunity. Type 8 is the challenger. They're more the bold, direct type. So they are very much just go after what they want. They make great leaders because, again, they have no issue with confrontation if need be. And finally, the 9 is the peacemaker. They're kind of the sweethearts of the group. They're very easygoing, go with the flow. They just tend to really want to keep the peace both within themselves and with other people. So that's in a nutshell, the 9 types.
Welcome to Columbia Family Chiropractic, voted Columbia's best chiropractic clinic. With 3 easy-to-get-to locations, you'll be sure to have something near you. We provide drug-free and surgery-free healthcare and take care of a wide variety of injuries. We offer several services from corrective chiropractic care, on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling and cupping for injuries, pediatric care, non-surgical knee therapy, and a Class 4 laser. And for those focused on wellness, we have a red light therapy bed. We accept all your major insurances. If you click on this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. You can check out our website at cfc4health.com, or you can Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's cfc4health.com.
So you're a number 2.
Did you cheat?
No.
Okay.
You know what I did? My
What?
deductive reasoning.
Okay.
I felt like you explained that one the best. And
Really?
like you made it sound like, oh, it's the best one. It's awesome. And my wife's a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say 3,
Okay.
but I wasn't set on 3.
Okay.
I did.
Honestly, I'm impressed because I am a 2. I thought I did pretty good of giving them all a
Pretty
good
neutral.
spiel.
Dude,
Like,
4, you crushed 4 in the worst way.
did I?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
4, sorry to all the
4
4s out there.
I know. 4, so they do tend to get a bad rap. I think 4s are great. It's just that that's what they're known for, is being emotional and temperamental. Like,
They're like the struggling artist is what I've always heard.
truly, they really are. Like, they're the Taylor Swifts. They're just
Yeah.
in their feelings a lot. So I love the 4s. I don't mean any hate towards
Yeah.
them, but
What
It
are
is
the,
what it
do you
is.
know the percentage breakdowns? Like if I'm in a room of 100 people, how many 1s, 2s, 3, what's percentages on those?
so
Estimates.
obviously that just depends. But as far as like, let's just even say men versus women. So
yeah.
let me ask y'all this: what do you think is the most typed man? What
They
what would y'all
want to
say?
be 3s.
Okay.
I would say 1 and 3 for men.
Okay, interesting. So it's actually the 8 challenger.
Challenger. That was,
But
okay.
this is where it can be really tricky, which I'm sure we'll get into. When people take their Enneagram test online, a lot of times I always tell my clients, it's again just meant to show what it could be. It's an indicator for you to know what type you could be, what types to explore further. But a lot of times people get inaccurate answers for a lot of different reasons. And one of those being people answer how they wish others would see them. So that's kind of
Right.
my thought as to why, I'm not saying that a lot of men aren't 8s, but they might be answering like they want people to see them as more intense or intimidating, you know? But threes are a close second.
Okay. What about women?
What do y'all think for women?
9.
Yeah,
I think 9 and 2.
Good job. So 9, y'all were right. The 9, the peacemaker, which kind of makes sense for women. Women, I feel like, just traditionally tend to, want to keep the peace, and they're just known as being sweet. But again, that could also be miscalculation of figuring out that statistic as well, like just how women want others to see them. But it's a 9.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure there's some sort of order to who you marry, like birth order, firstborn and lastborn work well together.
Yes.
But I don't know what the Enneagram ones would be, other than peacemakers are probably nice with like 8s, 3s, 1s.
Yeah.
Is there science there?
I don't know.
Is there like oh God, I'm married to a
A 4.
I gotta get out of this.
No wonder we're depressed all the time.
I'm going to catch so much heat for that because the 4s that I coach, they literally are like, oh, it's the worst number. And I'm like, it's really not. It's just, you have to sit with that. Like
Yeah.
you do tend to have high highs and low lows. Okay, so when it comes to relationships, I have yet to meet a couple that is the same type. I don't think it exists.
Oh wow, that's bold, Rachel.
I'm standing on that because I think it just goes to show like opposites attract. And I mean, imagine if you were married to yourself, like you wouldn't like that.
I would love that too. That sounds like a dream.
Y'all say that, but I don't know. I don't know if you would actually like that. So I've yet to meet a couple that's the same type. When people ask me that, like, a lot of people have been like, you should help people with dating, like figuring out which types might, be best together. That's tricky because some of these types, first of all, let me just say there is no type that's better or worse than the other. I know some may seem a little bit more fun than the others. But why I say that is because you could be like the quote unquote fun 7 and be, they're known as like the fun, spontaneous, like yellow. But if you're an unhealthy 7, then that doesn't really matter. So it's kind of hard when it's like, oh, the 7 should be with whatever type.
Right.
So it really just goes into if you're a healthy version of yourself or not.
Yeah.
Which is what I try to teach.
I don't want to keep making fun of 4s, but it's been it's been a trend because to me like a healthy 4 is probably the equivalent to like an unhealthy 9.
Okay, explain.
Because the 9s I feel like would be just generally like confrontational free, happy, go lucky. So in that case they would be less that, but not. Like their extreme of being sad is probably like the best case of a 4.
Okay. Interesting.
What does an unhealthy 9 look like? What are the traits that come out in an unhealthy 9? That's what we need.
Yeah, we need that.
So do y'all know, like, if I start talking about stress and growth numbers, is that going to lose you or?
Not me. My brain's huge. Randy's, he already checked out.
No, I read a book about this in 2009.
Okay. Was it The Road Back to You?
Yep.
It's the big one with the big, it's thick and it's wide. It's like, it looks like a textbook.
Oh, okay. That's not it.
Thick and it's wide.
This one is really, I would recommend it for anyone that's interested. It's The Road Back to You by Ian Cron and Suzanne Stabile.
We have that.
Okay. It's a great like starter book.
Okay.
So if you look at an image of the Enneagram and there's 9 numbers around it, you will identify with one of those core types, and then there's going to be arrows pointing away and pointing towards your number. That signifies your growth and your stress number.
Okay.
The idea is that your growth number is where your type goes to when you're in a good headspace, picking up the healthy traits of that particular number. And then your stress number is where you go when you're in an unhealthy, stressful headspace and you're picking up the unhealthy side of that number. Mm-hmm. That's where like the goodness and the growth of the Enneagram comes in, because it's great to know what type you are, but it's not just about, okay, I'm a 2, end of story. It's about, okay, well, how can I grow to be the best version of myself? And also, how can I pivot when I am going through these certain stressors and triggers and that sort of thing? So like,
that's good.
Do you want me to give an example of what that looks like?
Yeah, like so a stressed 9er would be.
Okay, so you want me? Okay,
yeah.
So
what do they turn into?
They shut down.
Okay, so a 9. Well, first of all, the 9 peacemaker is going to go to the type 3 achiever during growth.
Oh,
that's during growth. That's going to be picking up the healthy side of the 3. It's going to be very obvious because 9s are, very easygoing, peaceful. But when they pick up the healthy side of the 3, which is the achiever, they are going to be much more driven, much more focused, and just really, going after what they want.
Yep.
However, when they are in stress, like you mentioned, they're going to go to the unhealthy side of the 6, loyalist. And that's going to look like becoming a bit more anxious, maybe a bit more distrusting, having a bit more fear, just being a little bit more skeptical than they typically are.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good.
So think about how that would be really beneficial to know that about like you as an individual, but also your spouse, the people that are closest to you. And then also in a workplace setting so that you can really, understand those that you work with.
So I guess let's talk about that. What got you interested originally in Enneagram, and how do you coach people with it?
Yeah. So the book that I mentioned, The Road Back to You, that was back in 2016, I think it was, that my small group at church, we did a Bible study on it. And I'm a school counselor by trade. Like that's what I've been doing since 2014. But I read that book and it was just like a game changer for me. I was like, how is someone inside of my head, like knowing all this about me? And I just became that person that just wanted to know everybody's type. And so fast forward, I have 3 children. And so the timing was not right for me to really pursue it. But about 4 years ago, I decided to take the plunge and get into Enneagram coaching. So I was doing that as like 2 jobs, school counseling, Enneagram coaching. And then this past December, I quit doing school counseling to focus solely on this.
Nice.
And as far as how I coach people, I know it sounds a little cheesy, but my hope and my goal is for you to become the best version of yourself. And also, I always say it's twofold, and I want you to also understand and empathize with those that are different than you.
Yeah. Okay, nice. That's great. What do you say to people that think they're a 10?
The perfect 10. Okay, again, this must be a guy thing because I've had several guy
good
clients.
line.
They're like, what if I'm a 10?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you might just be the one that breaks the mold.
Unique.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. My style, like mine come up, I have 3 that came up high,
Okay.
and I still don't know what I am.
Okay, I would love to hear.
What do you have any guesses, or do we need to continue? Like, what's your vibe on
Your
me?
vibe for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, I definitely would go with a 3 achiever for you. That's one vibe.
Okay.
I could also see the 7 enthusiast for you.
Okay.
And, again, this is just surface level because we just met. I'm going to go with a 2 helper.
Ooh.
Honestly, I didn't even, that was like a stretch
That's
for me to
just
think of 3.
Yeah, 3's tough.
Do you have everybody has 3.
No,
No.
you have 1.
Oh,
You have
you
1.
have 1.
Way to pay attention. The guy,
Well, no,
the shit I'm dealing with.
I was like, why? She was like, had to guess a third
No,
one. So I don't know why she felt like she had to guess a
Well,
third
I
one.
said
Because
I,
you
yes.
I
have
have 3 that
Yes.
are high.
The
Yeah,
3
I
have
have
one.
3 that are high that came within 1 point of each.
Okay. I would
So
love
you
to
were
hear.
spot on. It came up 3 achiever, then 7, so it was 22 points, 21 points, then a 120.
Interesting.
But
Now,
then
what,
your 9 and your 2 are within like 2 points and 3 points.
yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if I fit the mold. I might be the 10. I don't fit the mold. Whenever I read these, I always kind of think
Okay.
like
Putting
I'm a
me on the
weirdo.
spot. Okay, this is a perfect example of why these tests are meant to be an indicator because this is really confusing. Like if you're the average person seeing these results,
Right.
you're like, okay, then maybe I'm a type 3 with a wing 7. And
Right.
that can exist. So if you are a 3, your wing could either be the 2 or the 4. It's the numbers on either side of your core type.
Right.
But when people see this, they're like, oh, well, my second highest was a 7, so that's my wing. But it's not. It's just saying based off of your answers, those are the top ones that you need to like explore
Look
further.
at. Yep.
I mean, my gut was a 3 achiever, so I'm going to say that, again, we would have to really, I do 1 hour typing
Right.
sessions because we really get into it.
What's interesting about it is, so when I first started learning about this, again, probably a decade or so ago, achiever never fit the mold to me, and I don't know
Really?
why. Or maybe it was because I was the healthy version. Where does healthy achiever go?
Yeah,
Is
so
that
the 3s,
growth?
yes. So the 3s, again, with the stress and the growth, their 2 areas are the 6 and the 9. So when they're in a good, healthy headspace, they're going to
69. Yeah. That makes sense. There's some
exactly. They're going to, yes.
Okay, loyalist and a peacekeeper.
And the peacemaker, yeah, and so it's going to look very different
Just
based
chilling.
off of where you're at.
Yeah.
And again, what I wanted to say really quickly too with the wings is that's another part of it too. So you said like you don't necessarily feel like you fit the mold with that.
Right.
Know that your Enneagram type, it's meant to be the one that makes you feel the most vulnerable and exposed. We're all human beings and we're all individuals, so you're not going to identify with every single piece of that type.
Okay.
And also based off of what wing you are. So I was taught to think of your wings as like salt and pepper. There's going to be times where you want more salt or you want more pepper or both. That's how your wings are. So most people have a dominant wing that think of it as like it explains your flavor of your personality.
Gotcha. And your wing can be any other number, or no?
No.
Okay, so what's the
Look
number?
who's not paying attention
Yeah,
now.
I did check out for a minute. I got a little lost.
I know
You
it's
got
a
me.
lot. It's a lot. So if you're a 3,
Yeah.
then your wing could either be
6
Yes.
A 1.
or 9.
Or a
No, that's growth.
no.
Guy doesn't pay it. You can't trust him.
The wings are on either side of your core type. Okay, so you were right. So what could it be?
If I'm a 3, it
you're-
can be a 2
Or
or
a-
a 4.
Good job.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And I think I heard that before, but yeah, I guess those two just don't. That's the other thing. Those don't make sense as wings.
I know. Do you know what my resistance to the wings has always been?
Okay,
Is
tell
be
me.
whatever you want.
So we always tease people about astrology.
Okay.
Because they'll
This
be
is
like,
not astrology.
They'll be like, you're a Pisces. And then you'll be like, oh, I don't act anything like a Pisces. They're like, oh, it's because your 14th moon was in retrograde. So actually,
my.
it
Yeah.
makes you act like a Taurus or whatever.
A Taurus, yeah.
And so there's always
on
like
Mondays.
there's so many different like moons that they just say whatever they want,
Yeah.
and then it's explained by one. There's a moon somewhere or something's in retrograde somewhere.
There's
so I'm
no
not saying that. I'm
moons.
not
There's no
saying that
moons.
it's like that, but as soon as I got into there, I would be like, all right, this kind of feels like this, even though I know
Okay.
it's not.
Yes.
So I want you to fix my perspective on this.
I would love to make you a believer by the end of this.
I fully believe in the primary.
Okay.
I always believe in that.
Okay, good. And let me say this about wings too. Most people have a dominant wing. So, like, for example, I am a 2, but I do have a dominant wing 1 perfectionist.
That's why your nails match your shirt.
I did this just for y'all to match.
It's
Yes.
nice. I feel
Yeah.
like we're in Greece.
That is the vibe I was going for. So my sister, just a shout out to her and her business partner, they own Charlie's Clothing. It's like an online boutique, and so she helped me pick this out.
Sassy. Yeah.
Sassy. Okay, where was I going with that? Okay, I'm a 2-wing 1.
Yeah.
But I will say that there are plenty of people out there that really don't identify with either of their wings. They're just like their type through
Yeah.
and through. And then again, your wings can change. So for example, I've always been a 2 with a heavy wing 1, but since doing this and really branching out into my business, I absolutely am more of the wing 3 achiever.
Gotcha.
So I just don't want y'all to feel like stuck that it's like, oh, I've got to be all the things that a 3 or a 7
Yeah.
is or whatever it is. Like there's so many variables because we're individuals. We're not going to fit every single checkbox.
All right, but check me on this calculus here. So
Okay.
let's say I'm a 3
Okay.
and I can go wing. So if I'm a 3 in growth mode, I can go to a 6 or a 9.
Yes.
So far, so good. If I'm in stress mode as a 3, I don't think we hit that, but is it perfectionist?
No.
Or is it, what is it?
No, so maybe I didn't explain that right.
Oh.
It's not that you can either go to the 6 or 9. Those are the numbers that you either go to, the growth or the stress is either the 6 or the 9.
Oh.
Yes.
In growth or stress, I'm going to go to one of those.
Yes.
So I could go growth loyal or I could go growth peacekeeper, peacemaker.
Yes. But yeah, so you have more of a set one that you're going to go to. So the achiever is going to go towards the unhealthy side of the 9, peacemaker and stress. That's going to be very obvious to spot too, because 3s are like the Energizer Bunny. They just keep going. It can be hard for them to rest and relax because they think about it as like they don't want to miss an opportunity or a promotion or whatever it may be.
Yep.
But when they're in a bad mindset, they're going to pick up the unhealthy side of the 9, which can look like just retreating, checking out, I'm done,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
So then continuing on in my calculus, and then now I go to my wing. Okay. So now I'm a 2 that could also move now to
The moody one.
yes. Can in other words, if I'm 3 numbers essentially, can't I go to all of them in different?
You cannot. I'm sorry.
Really?
No, you can't.
Okay.
So again, it seems confusing. I realize that. It's really not once you learn it.
That's why you need coaching.
You do.
Yeah.
And your girl offers it.
Your girl's here.
Yeah. So you are probably going to lean towards more of one of those wings than the other. My guess would be a 2 helper. Again,
Okay.
I just met you. But you can access the 4. And again, I know I was saying like they're the emotional, temperamental, but like a big thing with a 4. So for example, I go to a 4 in my growth number.
Oh, gross.
That is actually a really, really good thing when I'm in my growth of 4 because I pick up like the creative, Like, I'm not trying to put out everyone else's fires. I'm like focused on me. You know, I'm just more like in my feels, but not in a bad way. More in like because twos. So obviously, I just said like the good sides of each number, but twos can definitely struggle with saying no to people and like burnout and resentment because they're just always like sure.
Right.
When I'm in growth mode and when I'm in that healthy 4, I'm like way more okay. Like, what do I need?
Sure.
You know.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Am I explaining this well?
I think you are. I think, but you're spot on. And like, you need coaching to really map it out because
Absolutely.
it gets confusing quick when you start moving. Like, it's like, all right, I got my primary number. Cool. Let me absorb that. But then it's like, oh, you can move to this number, and then, but then if you're growing, it's this. If you're stressed, it's this, and like that's where you do need to kind of map that out, and then understand. So, is the point that then I identify that and say, I go, okay, my natural state is a 3, let's say. Mm-hmm. You want to stay in that? Like, is that the point? Is like, all right, let's get you back to how God set you up. And if you see yourself like stressed and in this other number, you're Ponce de Leon and in the wrong territory.
Yeah. So the idea is that if you're a 3, we're just going to go with what you think, possibly a 3. All that explains is your worldview of how you tend to view the world, and it's all based off of what is your basic desire and basic fear. So if you were a 3, that means that your basic desire is to feel valuable and worthwhile, and you have a fear of being worthless or
so like purpose
failure.
Is big in that. Okay, like having a purpose, because I think that's my like primal question too.
Okay, well that kind of leans more towards the 4 because 4's
God.
The 4's basic
Yep,
desire
I had a
is
feeling I was trying to set him up because I knew it was going this way.
Wait, what was my 4 score though, just in case? Oh, it was my last.
I'm a visual person.
Yep.
Okay. So let me try and set this up for y'all. So if you're a 3, think of this as in your formative years, roughly ages 4 to 15. I like to explain the visual of there's 9 different pairs of sunglasses on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And because of something or some things that happen in those formative years, you were more inclined to pick up this particular pair of sunglasses. When you put them on, it's your worldview, which is why that's never going to change because that is literally how you interpret the world. And it's based on the desire of what I just said about feeling valuable and worthwhile and your fear being failure. So that's what's different about the Enneagram is that it longs to know what motivates you and then you understand your behaviors.
Gotcha.
Whereas like y'all said Myers-Briggs before, that's just behavior. So this is, well, why are you behaving the way that you are? And then that will help you to understand more about yourself and then people that are different than you. So all the other things that y'all are asking about, wings, and that can seem confusing. That's not something to focus on in the beginning. It's just to focus on what do you identify.
Get your number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Find out your glasses.
So if I was going to look at, say, an 8.
That's what you typed as?
No.
Oh,
But if
okay.
I was going to look at one, I typed as a 3.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't even get to you yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
That's not true.
But like the 8, like as he was talking about it, I was thinking like the 4 is the starving artist and the 8 in an unhealthy state is like beating people up. Right? And in their healthy state is like leading probably massive companies.
In their healthy state, they go towards the 2 helper. So they're way more chill.
Okay. So which one is has the most propensity towards like addiction or alcoholism?
Okay,
or
you're about to
like
put me in trouble here. Addiction. I mean,
because I was thinking, like I was just thinking, like, what does that do? Like, what would alcohol do for people? It would probably decrease stress or decrease anxiety. I thought, but then I thought maybe it's a depressant, so maybe it's used for something else. But I was just thinking, I'm thinking of all the different people that I know and thinking like, what would be certain traits that different numbers would lean towards, or like
and
fitness,
alcoholism,
or like someone might be like really into fitness because of their number.
Well, okay, so that's a good point. So, for example, like type 1 perfectionist, a lot of the time, it's not to say that all 1s are going to be this way, but let's just say like gymnast, there's a high propensity that they're going to be a 1.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was trying. That's what I was
Okay,
asking.
yes.
Now you're going where I was trying to get you.
Yeah, I'm mopping what you're spilling. So the 3 is kind of the similar way you could look at it too, because again, they're very much like failure is not an option. So yes, there are definitely like stereotypes that tend to exist, and like I always say, like 1s would make great judges, for example, because that goes right into their basic desire is to be good and have integrity, and their fear is to be seen as wrong or bad or evil. So yes, there's going to be like certain things that are going to, but again, it just all varies.
But a 3 judge might not be great because they just want
if they're
growth.
if they're not healthy, they could be very like image focused, and they just want people to like them. That's a big difference between the 3 and the 8. A lot of times 3s and 8s can mistype, and one of the biggest ways that I always like help my clients know if you're a 3 or an 8 is that an 8 does not shy away from conflict, and a 3 does not like conflict unless absolutely necessary.
Gotcha.
Because 8s see it as like, if I have to have a hard conversation with you, I have it and then I move on. 3s really care what people think of them because they can,
What did I score on the 8? I might be a little 8 in there. See,
No, you're not. That's the second to the last. Okay. You're not an 8. I'm a pretty good, like.
Just vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not an 8.
All right,
So
good.
3. All right. So let's talk about me for a minute.
Okay. Let's talk about you.
I already told you what I scored as.
Okay.
But what else would you see?
What else do I see?
Yeah,
Am
a
I
mustache,
Yeah.
small arms.
Yeah, like that's a good point. Like the mustache thing, what do you think of my mustache first? Let's
Start with image.
Do you think
Okay.
keep, get rid of, it's okay?
In
I
your
didn't
expert
notice
opinion.
it.
In your
Let me ask you this. Does your wife like the mustache?
I try not to like, she's
Hair.
a peacemaker 9, so
She's like, it looks great.
yeah, she doesn't really say. So here's honestly what happened.
Okay. I need to know.
I thought mustaches were creepy always.
I lean that way.
Then Tom started doing AI videos of me with a mustache, and I was like, actually, I don't mind that.
Okay.
So then I
Working on
started
his
growing
image.
it, and my wife said, I'm not into that. And I said, well, like one of my favorite quotes is a guy who would shave his beard for his woman deserves neither. so I was like, I'm not shaving it, but
Yeah.
I'm like, your opinion is noted. Then I got to have, my brother came to visit. We both had mustaches. It was fun. Then I shaved it off, and then she was like, oh, I kind of miss your mustache now.
Oh, okay.
Teased her a little bit with it.
Yeah.
But does she actually want it to grow into a full beard?
I don't think it matters to her like
Okay.
one
She
way or
just
the other
likes
at
the
all.
facial hair.
I think his brand is mustache.
Okay.
And that's why I was going on AI. I think he just does well with a mustache.
With a
For his
mustache.
image.
So you're going to bring
Like
it back.
thicker. He's got to keep going thicker, like Tom
Yeah.
Selleck.
Ooh, Tom Selleck.
Selleck stash.
Yep.
Oh, you don't want to be too small, but you don't want to be too big.
Thick and wide.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I will say that I prefer facial hair.
Yeah, you can't
On
trust.
men.
Yeah, great point. Because on
I
women,
mean,
so it goes the
that's-
other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't trust a woman with facial hair.
No.
And I can't trust a man without facial hair.
I agree. So my husband, he has like a very baby face. So like when
no.
he did not have hair, like when we had our second child, like I look back at pictures of him and it looks like he was like a teen dad, like it wasn't a good
Yeah.
look. He looks, facial hair all
Yeah,
the
almost
way.
sick, right? Almost like he's.
Does he
has
have
a
good skin though?
Yeah, he has great skin.
Yeah,
But I love facial
You love
hair.
facial hair.
But then like my mom and my sister, they don't really like, so it just, that's why
Yeah.
I was trying to help out your wife to see what she thought.
That's one of the areas that I just do whatever I want now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But I like an outside perspective. I'm
Yeah.
a 3, so I like an outside
Yes.
perspective.
You want
from
to
my
be
coach.
liked.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So you think you're a 3. Are you asking me what other types I could see
Yeah,
you
like
as?
how do you
trust it?
How do you judge a person when you first meet them?
So putting me on the spot with that one, I actually kind of more so saw you a little bit as like the 9 peacemaker, but again, those they go growth, stress, all of that, what we were talking about. But again, this is hard because like I've just met y'all. I've been listening to y'all for a while, but that's kind of like you kind of give off that vibe of being a peacemaker. But it would make sense if, again, it's all figuring out what you're truly motivated by. And that's
Yeah.
only something you can really sit with. It's like a personal question, because you might look at people that you know and you're like, you're absolutely an 8, you're absolutely a 4.
Right.
But only that person can really like sit with that and really know like, okay, why am I behaving the way that I am? And it all goes back to that root cause and that basic desire and basic fear.
Hey friends, we all know life is busy. You don't have the time to spend half the day at the dealership. McDaniel's now offers Yes to Go in under 60 minutes. You can even start online from home. When you arrive, your wheels are already in motion. Work your deal your way with paperless digital documents. It's full transparency right from the start with no pressure. A couple of signatures and go.
Yes, that easy.
The quick convenience of Yes to Go. It's more of the McDaniel's difference.
Now, when you're well, 2 questions. What test do you recommend? So people who are listening are like, I want to find my number. What's the go-to one? Because there's all kinds of them online.
So I do like Enneagram girls' nights, and then when I do those,
nice.
That sounds fun.
they're very
How
fun.
do guys show up to that?
I can do an Enneagram guys' night, like
With
a
girls?
bachelor party, but maybe that, I don't know if that would be appropriate, but what guy doesn't want to know their type?
All right, here she comes. It's Rachel. Oh, wait, you're here for...
Hey, do you want to come to my bachelor party?
Yeah.
We're doing Enneagrams.
Okay. Maybe that would be for the 4. Maybe their bachelor party. Anyways, with the girls' nights, I will send a link for them to find like indicators of their type. But typically, I really tell people to steer away from typing online, because if you're going to do it, it's okay, but just for you to only see these are the types that could be an indicator. Don't like assume that this is it, because if you go with it and then you like bank on it and you might be completely wrong. When I have coaching clients and they come to me and they're like, my type was this online, it literally is 50-50 if it's accurate or not.
Really?
So I really...
That's what I think, because I've been told I was a set. Like, so does my second part was, does it matter the state you're in when you fill it out?
Absolutely.
Which I feel like would definitely skew it. So if I'm high vibes...
If you're in like, if you've had a terrible day and you're taking the test, your results are going to be skewed. Or it could be that maybe you... Maybe you don't understand fully a question or two.
Right.
Maybe you're answering how you hope others view you.
My grammar's not great in reading, so that could play a factor.
For sure.
I don't know what certain words mean.
You're too proud to ask.
Exactly. You might just be like, whatever, I'm over it. So again, I don't.
So you feel good. All right. So like, let's say we bring you into Columbia Family Chiropractic. You could do a thing for our office and get everybody's type down. Like when you leave there, you go, yep, they got their types.
So when I do like business coaching, yes, I can absolutely work on like those would be sessions where I do that individually with each person. But as far as like if I just came in just to teach the Enneagram, that's not going to be like me typing. That's going to be me giving an overview of the types.
Like what it is, okay.
And then hopefully your employees would be like, okay, these are a few types that I could see myself in. And then I would love to discuss that further. But again, I do offer that beforehand.
Right.
But as far as like, let's just say you had a team of 10 people, like, well, that would take 10 hours just to figure out everyone's types.
Oh, I got you.
That's why when we do the typing sessions, because they last an hour, that yes, I feel pretty confident in saying that this is absolutely your type, because we've really we've gone through everything in that hour.
Okay.
But I will say, and I've told my clients this before, I'm like, I'm not like a mind reader. It's not a magic ball.
Yeah.
So like I can only tell you what you're typing as if you're being honest and you're answering appropriately. So like there absolutely are times where I've had clients where I'm like, I just don't know that that's them. Yeah. But again, it's one of those personal things and only you can answer those questions for yourself.
Gotcha. You'll call out the BS though if you feel it, right?
If there, I mean, there's been a couple of times where I'll be like, maybe we should circle back. You know, maybe we should have another session.
It's a helpful answer.
That's good counseling answer.
An 8 would be like, liar. 10 push-up. So I always thought there was changes in people as they become like a mother or they open a business, like you said.
Yeah.
Do you see big changes in people as you're coaching them? Say
Absolutely.
from year one or day 1 to year 2 or 3 or 4.
that's the goal. Like that is truly what I'm trying to help people with, is to grow to be, because again, it's not just learning your type and then putting it away. It's if you really actually want to use the benefits of the Enneagram, it's for you to try to grow to be the best version of yourself. So yes, absolutely. If they are trying to learn and be better, it is, how can I do that? What are the things that I have growth sessions after I do typing sessions? And what are things I can do to grow? And then also in the flip side, like, what are things that are bringing me out stress? What are those triggers? And how can I pivot from those? But yes, absolutely. Like big life changes that can go either way. Like you could either go into a really healthy space or you could go into a not so healthy space.
All right, so you're so nobody can change their number. Once it is, it is.
Yes.
And that's developed up until age 15 or 7 to 15.
Yeah, 4 to 15, roughly. Formative years, yeah.
See, I was close to listening.
You were
on that.
you
Like,
were
I got
very close.
one of them.
Oh, yeah.
So what happens in those times? Like, say you're a parent, is it smart to be like, ooh, I want to, I don't know, helper or achiever or whatever, like based on, and to parent them differently? Is that a big piece of it? Or is it more just like uncontrollable just during that window? You're going to be exposed to so much stuff that you're just going to choose a pair of glasses.
That is a really great question, and I would love to answer that. There's two things I want to say. One is that it's very often that your children, depending on how many kids you have, there's a good chance that one of those kids very well may end up being the type that you are, because we tend to project what we wanted. So we didn't get into like the formative years message, but that is how you become the type that you are, because there's some message that you heard or maybe you didn't hear in those formative years, which really impacts who you are as an adult. So we tend to project that on our kids, whether we realize it or not. So first of all, that could be, you very well could end up with kids that are either you or your spouse's type. That could happen. Secondly, is that I don't want to like make y'all's minds explode, but there's 3 like stances within the 9 types. No. Okay.
Oh boy, I need more paper.
Calc 2.
Okay.
Calculus 2.
All that I'm saying with that is that, so there's 9 types, okay? There's 3 that are going to be in each stance. And if you're curious about like, well, what could my child be? Yeah. There's a very good chance that you're going to at least be able to identify, as long as they're not like a toddler, what stance your child is in, which is going to narrow it down to about 3, or what will be 3 types. Okay. And that will be helpful for you to know like how to parent them. So you want me to give you an example?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I have 3 daughters. So my middle is absolutely in the aggressive stance, which is the 3, 7, and 8. They're all together in the aggressive stance. What that means is that they move towards what they want. They're much more assertive. Yeah. They can be competitive, independent, that sort of thing. That's so my middle. However, my firstborn child is the complete opposite of that. And she's going to be more in that withdrawing stance. And that's going to look very different than my middle that I just said. And that's going to look more of being more reserved, be more isolating. Why I bring that up is because that can be helpful as parents when you have multiple children, just to really like touch on, what are things that I should maybe be doing more for this child and maybe not for this child. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So then you would just be attuned to like, so you should foster the aggression for your, like knowing that that's the middle one, like you're kind of fostering and understanding why they're that way. And then for the older one, you just want to like, is it more like you're pouring into that, or you're not fighting it, in other words?
Yeah. And I don't mean like my middle is like, she's sunshine and joy. Like, I don't mean aggressive and like fighting. I just mean that like, she's way more the person that's going to walk in here and introduce herself and be more confident. Yep. And my oldest is just way more shy and reserved. So it's more understanding that, so that me as a parent, I'm not assuming one size fits all for all of my kids.
Gotcha. You're not calling the oldest one like a softie.
Okay, sure.
Like you're
sure.
You're fine. Like, in other words, like, because I have 2 boys and then a 1-year-old girl. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out what they are.
What? So okay, your boys.
I have a almost 13-year-old. Okay. And then a 4-year-old boy. Okay. Then a 1-year-old girl.
So I would really only recommend looking at your oldest, because obviously the other 2 are really young.
And then he's been through some stuff, like
Okay.
life stuff.
Yeah.
Like mom passed away kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
When he was 6. So like in that time frame, then even prior to that, he had some like feeding things, and he's gotten past all this stuff, but he's hard a little bit. Not that he's hard to read. Like I get the vibe. I thought he was like a 7, but then I kind of see some of this 3. Like, so it's like a little bit of me that keeps coming through.
Well, can I say something real
Yeah.
quick?
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say, because you just said you see a 3 and then you see a 7. Well, that would make sense because those 3, 7s, and 8s are all in that aggressive stance.
Gotcha.
So there's a very good chance, if that's some like what you're picking up on those personality traits, there's a very good chance that he probably is going to be in one of those 3 numbers, a 3, 7, or 8.
And then I think, so is that common for like oldest boy being like, is that most old? If the oldest child is a boy, they kind of lean more that way. And if the oldest is a girl, they're more reserved and like perfection.
Yeah. So I tend to see that, again, it's not like this is going to be exact, but a lot of people that are perfectionists, they do tend to be the oldest. And that makes sense, right? Like there's more demands and expectations and just ways to be done. But I agree with that. So I also like really have read into all the birth order stuff too, because I think that's very fascinating and makes sense. So as far as your point, I think that totally tracks for your oldest son to be in more of that aggressive stance because they tend to be like, I'm, the lead, as far as the kids, like the leader of the pack, that sort of thing. So it can definitely make sense.
Gotcha.
So, and the withdrawn category is a 4, a 9, and a 1?
So, okay. So the compliant, wait, did we go over, we went over
We
aggressive.
did aggressive, 3, 7, 8, and then you talked about withdrawn, but I don't have the 3
Your
numbers.
oldest daughter.
The withdrawing is 4, 5, and 9.
Okay.
And then compliant is the 1, 2, and 6.
Compliant 1, 2, 6.
So again, this is just going to help you to understand personality traits that are kind of clumped together in those 3. Because you don't ever want to like assume that your child, because again, it's all about their journey figuring that out. Only they can answer those questions, but at least it would help you to kind of, again, know how to like best parent. Like I'm not going to just like push my oldest child who's more reserved in like the competitive stuff. Like my middle loves that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like learning how to parent them well. I feel like.
Yeah, it's that helps me actually because my oldest daughter is a lot like my wife in that they're both 9s, but they get like really driven and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, you've been working on this forever and it's so good.
Do
but
you
it's
know
that
why?
3. It's that
Look
3
at
wing.
you. You've been paying
this
attention.
guy over here. Yep.
I'm impressed.
Whereas my youngest daughter is more like just go get what she wants, doesn't care
Yes.
about anything.
So that's probably aggressive
Yeah,
stance.
definitely.
Yeah.
And sales. Like she would rather try to sell something to a stranger than sit down and write something for 5 minutes.
Exactly. And it's just like appreciating that. Like that's the point of the Enneagram. It's not for you to like be put in a box and be like, okay, this is exactly how I am. This is exactly how this other number is. It's more to like appreciate the goodness that you bring to the table and also what other people bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Should we do our Gallup design build
Yep,
question of the day?
That. We can do that. Let me bring him in.
Yep.
Okay.
Many of you guys know
who's knocking on the door?
RB and Gallup Design Build. He builds custom homes for the Midland's most successful families.
Okay.
I'm curious which one she's into, which version of him.
And we don't know why they're different sizes.
Yeah, we just want to know vibe-wise.
Definitely the wife beater.
Really?
Yep. For
Are
sure.
we allowed to still call them that these days?
I know. Am I going to get canceled for that? I don't know. I don't know what else to call
We
it.
agree.
Like that's, I definitely rugged look for sure.
Yeah, that's who I want at my house.
It's interesting because I don't know if I think people think that, but I don't know in real life if it translates that way.
If they,
'Cause here's the thing.
if they're good looking, like you don't want like a
RB.
yeah, like you don't want just anybody wearing that.
Right. Good
You
point.
know?
Right.
Good point.
You want the guy who can afford this,
Yes.
but he's wearing that.
For
Oh,
sure.
that's a dream.
That makes sense.
I'm caught in the middle of a dream right here with Gallup Design.
All right, so we've got some questions in here, so I want you to pull it out
Okay.
and then
Read it.
Read it out to everybody, and then we'll talk about your answer.
Ooh, personal chef or personal maid?
What would you rather?
Can I say both? So I'm going to probably go with personal chef, although my husband is amazing and he's the best cook. So he's really more of the cook out of our two.
Who does the cleaning? You're going to continue cleaning?
I know.
What a helper decision
That is
right?
That is
I would have
aggressively
for
helper.
sure picked maid if I'm the
Yeah,
cleaner.
I know. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. If I could add one, it would be personal stylist.
Really? That's what
Yes.
Randy wants.
That's what
So
you
you-
want to help with your
I-
mustache decision?
Just like general. I hate
Exactly.
matching colors. Like something like what you're wearing. I'm super into it.
Oh.
But
He
I don't
can't take his eyes off of it.
But I don't know if I could pull. I don't think I could pull it off. Like I get too matchy.
Okay. Well, again, this is why you have to have like different people. Like my sister's the 7 and she's the one that owns Charlie's Clothing, so she helps with this.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and I don't know if men agree with this, but like for me as a woman, I feel so much better about myself and my life when I'm put together every day. But it's so hard to do your hair. It takes a
Yes.
while to do my hair. It takes forever for me to straighten this. Like it's very curly. So if I had someone that could style me every day and do my hair and makeup, that would be my
I
answer.
would love that.
Yes.
I might go with someone helping me work out my arms better.
Oh, a personal trainer.
And Randy takes this literally. Like when you said this is the one, he literally thinks, okay, I'm going to start wearing this.
No. I just think that there's like the answer that everybody thinks, but then there's not always the answer in real life.
Y'all should do a poll like between those two.
Yeah,
and
actually, that's a
see
good
what-
idea. We need to get that on our story.
Yeah, see
What
what
they
people
prefer
think.
for the
I'd
segment.
like RB. I'd like to have RB just walking up to people and see like what.
Which one they're gonna go
Yeah,
to.
how many
We
times
dress
he's
them.
getting checked out?
Yeah,
We dress him that.
I agree.
Our producer wants us to do one more question.
Oh,
So
Is it a set question or just
No,
pick
no, it's
another
just-
one?
You
that one
pick
didn't really have
another one.
anything to do with custom homes, right? Is that why?
Okay. Oh, is this okay. What is a non-negotiable when getting a custom home built?
wow. Okay. So we hire Gallup Design. You're in a room with him. Okay. He's wearing something you get to choose, either a tank top.
Okay. In
Or a
that meaning, I
tuxedo.
probably would want more
You want the
formal.
tux?
Yeah.
I'm
All
not
right.
a
Or
tux. That
he's
would
more
be
of
weird.
he's a vest guy.
Okay,
Admittedly,
okay.
like we didn't want to give away his look. You know.
Okay.
Okay. So you're sitting with him, and he says, "Rachel, what's a non-negotiable
Non-negotiable.
for this house we're gonna build you? Your dream home, your luxury dream home.
Are you saying like what would be something in my house?
Gotta have it.
Okay.
And don't even think budget right now.
Don't even think budget
I'm not living in this thing
without it.
without it. And forget about basic stuff like
Okay,
mirrors on the ceiling. Everybody knows
Yeah.
you want those.
Something interesting. This is something different than like the standard. Like I want a nice kitchen. Stuff like that.
Right.
I would love a really cool reading nook. Is that like a super nerdy answer?
It's
That's
so
That's
nerdy.
what I mean about my growth number to a 4. Because when I'm in that, I'm like, leave
Emo.
me. Well, okay, maybe, but I'm like, let me just read my books
All
and
right.
like. So I would love,
I love
like
a reading nook. What size? Like what square footage would you want?
I don't know. I kind of like even like this studio, like something cozy.
Cozy.
you know?
Windows.
Windows for
Bookshelves?
sure. Bookshelves. Kind of
Ladder?
like
Maybe one of
Belle
those- yeah,
from
this-
like, like I could
yes.
just, that would be a really, really short ladder in here. But just something cozy, like
love
warm
that.
blankets, maybe a gas fireplace. I prefer a real fireplace, but
Are you a warm or cold person generally? Like
How- my
day
temp-
to day, yeah.
or do I prefer?
Like no, your body temperature.
I'm always cold.
Yeah.
And there's one in every marriage.
Yes.
Are y'all the hot? Y'all are probably both
Definitely.
I'm the cold one.
hot. Really?
Yes, always.
He's the little spoon.
Interesting.
He's the little spoon.
Well, that's like a constant argument in our house. Like my husband would prefer that we never, the AC, the heat. It's all a thing.
He also pees the most out of the relationship.
Oh,
Who in your
No,
family?
I wouldn't say that that's true.
No way. Allison's numbers are more than
Yeah.
yours.
up there.
Yeah.
Do I pee more than my husband?
Yeah.
Absolutely me, because I drink way
more
more
water.
water. And my husband, like, he doesn't drink
He's
water.
sweating.
Yes.
Yeah, he's sweating.
And I'm always like, you got to drink more water.
Tom didn't believe in that until recently, and now
Oh,
he's
I think I
peeing.
had an issue, and then
So
it's
basically,
solved.
we're just healthy. And we're
Yeah,
drinking a lot
it's
of water.
normal to drink water and then pee sometimes. That's what I'm trying to say.
I started drinking a lot of water, and I was peeing a lot.
Yes.
But then I continued. I think I had a problem during that time. Like there was something off.
Oh.
Then
Did you
I
consult your doctor?
Yeah, Randy. And then I didn't trust him. It was
a prostate
I said,
issue.
I'm going to do my own thing. But then I still drink water, and I'm not peeing as much. So I think there was something going on there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess.
So I'm back to making fun of it. In other words,
for a little while.
yeah, I think there was something.
Oh my goodness.
I'm back to making fun of how often he pees.
All right.
Okay. Couple other things.
Okay.
Do we like then hanging out with the same numbers? Like if I'm looking for a group of peeps, do I start a group and I'm like, hey, let's get together and all my threes and go?
That's another really good question. So I literally was just talking about this. I had an Enneagram girls night over the weekend. And again, I said Enneagram types for couples, I've yet to meet a couple that's the same type. For friend groups, it's very common that you're going to be friends with people that are the same type as you, because you want people that understand you and that you vibe with.
Okay.
But also, too, it can be very helpful and beneficial for you to be friends with people that are different types than you. Like, let's just say, like, for example, I'm the 2 helper. My sister's the 7, and I love that we're different types because she always says she brings the fun, you know, and I bring like the wisdom, I guess. I don't know. That's what she says. That didn't come from me. That didn't come from me. That sounded really ick when I said that. But yeah, so like it is good. I love having 7s in my life because they pull the fun out. So I think it just depends, you know. You might have friend groups that are more, and
Variety pack
maybe it depends. Like maybe it's like a friend group where y'all like do you work out or like hike or anything like?
Rachel.
No, is that a no?
No.
Or
he
you
watches
out of your-
Bravo. He watches a lot of Bravo.
Rachel, for you to look at me and ask me, is this sweatshirt too bulky right now? Do I
I'm
need
just-
something tighter
no.
to see what's going on under here?
My point is like maybe you were in like a run club and
Oh,
like
that I don't do. That's a good point. I don't run.
that would be more of like your achiever friends.
Okay.
But then maybe you have like a bourbon club and that's going to be more of like your 7 friends. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I gotcha.
I always appreciate a good 8
Yes.
whenever they're needed,
Yes.
because I'm fine with confrontation, but
You
I
don't want to.
prefer not to.
Yeah.
But if it affects me, then I'll do it. Like I'm willing to do it if it's going to affect me. But I just love it when like a guy cuts in line, and I nudge my 8 friends, and they're like, "Yep, I'm saying something
buddy."
right now."
Yeah.
Like,
See the
Yeah.
line
or like
here.
someone's dog poops on your lawn, and you're like,
Yeah. Someone needs to
But
say
by-
something.
yeah.
No, I say that all the time. Like my brother-in-law is an 8, and so like he will be the one to take charge. So like we recently went to the Grand Caymans, like my husband and my sister and him, and like he's the one that's gonna like do. So it's like my brain gets to kind of shut off for a minute, and like I know he's gonna take care of it.
You feel protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is really helpful. As long as 8s are healthy, they are like a force to be reckoned with because again, they make great leaders.
They're
and
diabolical though.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
on the other side, it's chaos.
Yeah.
Anger.
They can, oh yeah, it can definitely be like bull in a china shop, like just very aggressive. And that can be hard for a lot of
Yeah.
other types because there's no other type that is that way other than an 8
Right.
that's very just like assertive.
What's the loyalist again? I feel like they kind of suck a little bit too.
"That's a 6."
The 6 is the loyalist.
Do they
Why
get
do
a
you
lot
feel
of
like
shit?
They suck?
I'm just
Because
thinking of
they're
what people have
anxious?
said. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
But for the 6s out there, I just want to, like, give me some things.
Okay.
And it's so hard for me to see through the lens of anybody else's.
Okay.
He can't take his glasses
Interesting.
I get,
your
I get a
glasses are-
9.
yeah.
I really get 3, and I really get 9,
Okay.
and I really get 8. Well, I don't really get 8. I love 8s.
Okay.
Having them around.
Well, that's probably because maybe you're a wing 8, so you can like see certain parts of you in
Okay.
them.
Oh, that means you're a 9 wing.
Does that mean I have a 9 wing? Maybe.
I thought you
No,
wait.
you're
Oh no,
9.
you were saying you thought you were a 3.
No,
Sorry,
I think
I was thinking when you said 9. Yeah.
But my wife, like I understand how my
Yes.
wife's going to react to everything,
sure.
so I can now feel like I can see the world through
sure.
how she's going to see it.
Absolutely. And let me answer your question about the 6, because I love 6s.
Yeah.
And 6s do not suck. So they are the loyalist or the guardian. They do, yes, they can no one likes to be, no one likes to be labeled as someone that has fear and struggles with anxiety.
Gotcha.
But it's not necessarily just in they're just Debbie Downer. It could be even a positive, they're seeing all the possible scenarios. Yeah. So they're the perfect person to have as a homeroom mom, I always say, because they're going to see any and all possibilities. We need people like that. They honestly can look very similar to a 1 because they're very responsible and action oriented. But no, 6s are great.
They're cool. Okay.
They're all cool. If you don't
I know. I don't want to put that. Yeah, you're right. I got to be careful with that.
Well,
I generally think
we're just joking. We are just joking.
Clearly. But I'm just saying that there's so much goodness in every single type. There really is.
So let's say, let's say that a 6 is building a house.
Okay.
To go with that same thing.
One of these houses.
Yeah. What would be their sticking point? Or what would be the thing that just drives them crazy? I could see a perfectionist being in the way.
Yeah.
And I could see an 8 fighting over money. And I could see a 3 wanting it bigger and look better. But I can't picture what a 6 would be doing.
A 6?
Sticky. Think stickiness to touch.
6 would probably be in their head just about all the things that could go wrong. So they probably would be maybe they could be annoying the people building. Did you do this? Did you do it correctly? When is it going to come in? So if you're saying it in that regard, the 1 being the perfectionist, the 3, that's what I would think. Because they're big on safety. They're the friend.
I like that. Know who loves safety.
They're the friend that has the safety kit in their car. They're always going to be prepared. So again, you want them on a girls or guys trip because they're going to come with all the things.
Yep. Like a fanny pack of goods.
Exactly.
Prepared.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of safety.
What kind of safety do you like?
I just like hedging my bets on things.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's what I would say for the 6.
Yeah.
Is there a way, is there a series of questions you might learn to quickly identify somebody? If I'm in a conversation, I meet somebody new, do I start poking a few things to go, oh, you're this? And then once you kind of get them to where you think they are, oh, this is a 1.
Yeah.
Do you then try to match that and speak details and black and white?
So it is helpful. That's why I think it's great for you to know not just your type, but people in your life so that you can understand them more, especially in a work setting. Because let's just say, how you mentioned, if you're not a 1, you may get really frustrated with how perfectionistic they are and how black versus white they are. But it's more for you to understand that. So then you know how to better talk to them and it just helps jive. But as far as when I meet someone, or if we were talking about things, it's going to be pretty obvious the types that you absolutely are not, there's no way this is going to be me. Right. And then there's going to be several. And that's kind of the point. I always say when I'm doing the typing sessions, think of it as a funneling system. We're starting with 9. We're going to get into so much detail and questions. We're going to dwindle it down until we feel pretty confident about what your type is.
Okay.
So I just noticed we're both in the aggressive category and we married compliant. Mm-hmm. Is that common?
Very common.
Yeah, that feels right.
Because again, and not to say that you couldn't have 2 people in the aggressive stance, you absolutely could, but it totally makes sense. Again, the saying opposites attract. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that you're going to want someone to sort of lead and someone that's more low key, go with the flow, you know?
You know what I don't like? I was just thinking about.
Please tell me.
When people come up to you and they're like, "Oh, you're a 7," or "Oh, you must be a 6," or "You must be a 8." Does that bother you in this space?
I love mislabeling people purposely.
Are you if someone told me that, or if just I heard that?
In conversation, or somebody comes to be like, "Oh, you must be a 9."
Yeah.
And then you're like, "No, you're mother effer," or whatever.
That's exactly
or
what
it's
I
like,
say.
"Why do you think that?"
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to do. A subtle plug, these coffee mugs that I just created. I just want to sip my coffee and talk about the Enneagram.
Yep.
Why I just brought that up is because there are people that like, I love to talk Enneagram.
Yeah.
So like, it would be super fun for me to be like, so let me, I want to hear all about your family and your friends. Like, let's sort of think about what types they could be. But yeah, I mean, that's annoying if someone was like
they mislabel you.
yeah.
Like, don't come at me. Is that, maybe that's part of my number or whatever my
like
thing
you
is
don't
here.
want to like be just assumed, like people to assume exactly who you are.
Yeah, don't tell me.
And we moved a little bit away from, we used the disc a lot before, but we moved a little bit away because people would use it as an excuse to be sloppy and lazy.
Exactly.
I brought mine too, again, but I just
did.
brought all my personality stuff.
Okay. I'm not trying to hate on other types or other personality systems. It's just truly like, I am a nerd and learning about all this stuff. And this is the only personality system out there that I feel like is very accurate when used appropriately. And exactly what you're saying, there are certainly people that'll be like, well, that's just how I am. I can't.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's not the point of the Enneagram, to find out you're a 5 and then move on. It's okay, well, how am I? How can I grow to be better? How can I, combat the things that are hard for me?
Does your studying state like what people should, like what they would do best at job wise, maybe? Like, I'm thinking about it from like to take advantage of the Enneagram inside of our business, where there's a lot of different positions where you might be like, oh yeah, 7s are good at this because it's more.
Yes, absolutely. So in fact, I did like a business one before, and one of the business manager person, she was like, literally after doing that workshop, I moved some people around in their positions.
Yes.
Because you think about it, like, don't put a type 6 loyalist who does not like change and who can get kind of like stressed out. Don't put them in some stressful situation where they're having to deal with angry clients.
Right.
Maybe put like an 8 on, that they can handle that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm sure y'all probably know about love languages.
Yep.
But it's similar in the sense of like, you're just learning how to love people better. And that's really the whole point. So you're learning, okay, how can I help my team grow and be better? And you're putting them in roles that will be best for them.
I like that. Talk to us about these cards that you brought here. This is something that you offer on your website, or?
Yes, actually, now that you just say, I don't know that I've put them on my website. I've been promoting them on social media, but yes. So
Nice little bag.
Thank you.
Tell us how one would use these cards.
So those are meant for y'all to just pull out for a date night and be like, hey, babe, like, let's have some deep conversation.
Hey, baby girl, is it important for you to be seen as successful? Is a question.
Yes. But again, these cards are not meant for you to be like, okay, this is my Enneagram type. But obviously there's going to be questions in there, just like the one you just said. If you were to answer yes, that's not to say, okay, you're going to be the 3 achiever.
Right.
But it's going to lead you to probably some Enneagram types that, again, to explore further, or some that are like, yeah, that's not me.
Is it draining for you to be around others for too long? I get a little bit of that.
Okay.
I get in and out of that. Sometimes I want it, and sometimes I'm like, get away from me.
Just give me some Bravo. Give me
Give
a
me
couple hours of Bravo and a
Give me
nice
my
couch.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
that-
God, that sounds glorious.
That sounds glorious to me too.
You're
but
into
like,
that?
yes. But like, my husband is the 5, so so 5s have like a set social battery per day. So that's really
Yes.
where that one's coming from. And they only have so much they can give per day. It's not that they're antisocial. It's just that they're not the person that's going to want to do the small talk and, sort of thing.
Yes, I love when my battery runs out.
Yeah.
I
And you're
kinda
like,
do.
I got to go.
Get
Like
me outta here.
Irish goodbye.
And I try to explain it to my wife. I'm like, nope, I just want to, my battery, I like that. I'm just going to say my battery's drained.
There you go.
But she might want me out there. Because when my battery's full,
You're unstoppable.
oh my goodness, it's just a pleasure to be around me.
Yes. Okay. Well, so that's the point of these questions, is for you to like you to sit with them.
Yeah.
And also for you to have like interesting and just more dynamic conversations and how was your day at work?
Okay. All right, I like that.
And people can buy them on your social media, or how do they get them?
Yeah. So I've really been, I guess I need to promote them a little bit better, but I've been promoting it on social media. They're $10. And, if you're local, which most of the people that buy them are local, they're porch pickup, or $11 for shipping.
You're just throwing your address out there?
Again, the people that are buying them are like,
feel
I
good
know
about it.
them.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really have like just random
You don't get
people.
any mustache guys over here that show
And
up.
you've got some kid ones over there too.
Yeah, so this one I'm really excited about. I just got these in. I've been working on them. But these are obviously the same idea of having deeper discussions, but they're again around kids. So they're like, so think of it as almost like you're sitting around the dinner table and you don't just want to like,
How was your day? What'd you do
yeah,
at school?
so it's like fun questions like, when do you feel the most like yourself? Or then there's some more like, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it? If your toys came to life, what would they do? So there's some that are really fun or funny, and then there's some that are more sentimental. So they make a great Mother's Day gift. Just so you know.
Love that little plug. And then so everybody knows, talk to us about the services that you offer. So the listeners are like, okay, I want to use you. What would be the things that they could use you? Is use you for the right? Like
Use me for?
That felt
Yes.
weird. Yeah, what would be the
I
services?
think you said it right.
Okay.
Right, but it
so
felt weird.
I do one-on-one coaching, and this is all virtual. So I mean, if you weren't creepy and local, I would meet with you in person.
Yeah.
But I always say that.
Send a picture.
Yeah. So like,
Shave my mustache. I like it.
I'm just more so saying that typically all my clients have wanted to do virtual sessions,
Really?
phone calls, FaceTime, Zoom meeting, whatever. So I do individual coaching sessions. I do couples sessions, which are really fun. Once we know your type, we can do growth sessions. And then I do Enneagram girls nights. That can be any setting that you can think of. It's just like a fun, girls love an excuse to get together.
Yep.
And then I do corporate coaching. So I really enjoy doing that, meeting with businesses, doing like workshops, that sort of thing. So anything that you have an idea of, I would love to
Explore the Enneagram world.
for sure.
Okay.
And it's not like my background, again, I'm a school counselor by trade. So like my background is psychology and counseling. Obviously I'm heavy into Enneagram, but it's not like really my ultimate goal is just to help people.
Yeah. Awesome. And you're local, or you're from here?
I'm from Lexington.
Lexington,
Yes.
Kentucky.
Lexington, Kentucky. That's exactly with the blue nails. No, Lexington, South Carolina.
And you married your high school sweetheart.
I did.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that
Yeah.
Process.
I was telling you, I wanted to know like what was your first kiss like?
Yes.
And
You
then
wanted
when
to
did he
know
say
that.
like how did it progress?
Okay.
What age are you? Take us back to what age
Take
are
us
you?
back. So I'm from Lexington, but then I moved to St. Matthews. Do y'all know where that is?
Not a chance.
You know where Orangeburg is?
Yep.
Okay, I wouldn't claim Orangeburg, but it's close to
Around
it's,
there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, we moved there when I was in high school in the 9th grade, and that's when I met him.
Oh, tough times for a move.
Yes, and we started dating right before our sophomore year. I was actually the one, again, with like the stances, because he's in the withdrawing stance. I was the one that pursued him.
Yeah, buddy, you did.
He was more like shy, but I loved that. I thought that was like really cute. And he was in my homeroom class, so I was just like, oh, hey, CT, you look cute, you know. So, but
Yeah.
it worked.
What kind of
And-
hairstyle do you have then?
Oh, he had like the Justin Bieber swoop.
Randy misses
know.
I
that.
missed that.
He loved
Yeah,
that.
it was like he had to shake it out of his
That's a
face.
dream.
It was
You
very
know who
dreamy.
loves Justin Bieber? Kennedy.
Oh,
Obsessed.
really?
Oh, obsessed.
You're a believer. Is
Because
that
he's
the term?
Canadian. I think she just likes him because he's Canadian.
She's obsessed with Canadians.
Honestly, to be completely honest, like that was not like I wasn't a Justin Bieber because I think that was like later on. I think I was too old. Like when he really got popular, I was older. If that makes sense.
Sure.
But yeah, so
All right,
we
so first kiss, give us that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all are gonna laugh. Y'all want to know something funny?
Sure do.
Okay, guess where my first kiss with him was?
On the bus.
Under the bleachers.
Nope.
Skating rink.
Nope.
Your parents' basement.
No. Y'all aren't gonna guess it. I gave you a hint that it was St. Matthews, but y'all don't know what St. Matthews is.
No, we don't even. Is that a church?
In church.
No, it's more like country fields.
Ooh, okay.
In his pickup truck.
Treehouse.
We're getting close.
In a tree.
A deer stand.
Bingo, deer stand. That's what it was.
So you went hunting with him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really? Okay.
We still will do that. Now I've never shot anything, but I love to go with him. My kids love to go too.
What do you do if you're not shooting? Like I'm not a hunter.
Okay.
You could probably tell that. Not as much as you could tell that I don't work out. That I work out. But that's what I think. What do you do as the person who doesn't hunt? You just
Okay.
sit there and like.
So I'm assuming
whisper
you've
to 'em?
never been.
No.
It's actually really peaceful. It's really enjoyable. Like, I know that it sounds weird if you've never done it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge animal lover, so I've never, shot
Pulled the trigger,
anything.
yeah.
Yes. But as my husband always says, if he shoots anything, like if it's a doe, like he eats it. So it's not like going to waste. It really is like sport. But if you're not the one shooting, like it is so peaceful, especially in the fall. Like it's nice and cool. You can drink coffee. You just be one with nature.
You just kind of you whisper a lot, or what do you?
Yeah, we whisper.
No, you're not supposed to. I took my 9-year-old out for the first
You
time.
said don't
hunting.
talk.
Yeah, and I just said we're just gonna sit here in quiet. And then like when she saw them come out, she would like kind of give me like a little nudge.
So do you like to hunt?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, well,
and she does too. My aggressive one loves hunting.
yes,
My withdrawn one
would be like really
wants
sad.
nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah, that's the same with my oldest. Like she would cry. Yeah,
So you're hunting, and he leans over and says, like he's.
I don't
hearing,
think there were words.
He's hearing music though. He's hearing sha la la la.
I guess.
Was it right after the deer? Like you
how's the-
celebrated
yeah,
it together?
No, absolutely
Like
not.
dead silent, and hunting is a tough one for me to be like this. Let me
This
cut
is
over.
the moment.
Covered in deer urine everywhere.
No. He did not just shoot. We were in the stand. So think about it. That's a pretty romantic, intimate spot because
alright.
you're teenagers and you're alone in the woods. I think
Yeah.
it's romantic. So
I
that
like it. I mean, it's a good.
most people would never guess it. So I'm impressed that y'all guessed it.
Yeah.
With a little bit of
Yeah.
help. Y'all got to it.
St. Matthews.
St. Matthews, South
country.
Carolina. Yeah, but
How big was the school you like your class?
I graduated. I was one of 33 in my senior class.
Holy cow, that's an Allison Kloss move.
Really? Where did
What
she?
was her class?
She was in Newberry, Indiana.
Okay.
Which was tiny.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was
17 or something,
small. Yeah, it was all just
Yeah.
very small.
Slim
Oh,
pickings,
yeah.
but CT's a stud.
Oh, absolutely. And it's true love. We've
Yeah.
been together ever since. We have 3 children. So,
How many years now?
okay. It'll be 13 years married in June, but we've been together for 20 years, I think.
Dang.
Whoa.
Not wild. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
9th grade.
It is. We're definitely, I feel like the exception versus the rule, because I feel like typically most people are like, I can't imagine being with my high school sweetheart. So I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be like to my daughters, like, yeah, I'd stick with
should,
that
yeah.
one. But it worked out for us. Like,
Yeah,
why?
both of my brothers, same thing.
that.
High school
Really?
sweethearts. Yeah,
I love
20
that.
years later.
And I will say too, like a lot of people that graduated from where I graduated, Calhoun Academy, there are a lot of high school sweethearts there.
Yeah.
So I think
There's something in the air there.
something in the water. Yep.
You got
You guys aren't
girls, girls to St. Matthews.
No,
Find
we're
true
not.
love.
No,
Lexington.
I know.
It'll work in Lexington for 'em.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna stay put where our family is.
If you could change your husband's Enneagram type, what would you change it to?
Oh gosh. So he always says he has the worst Enneagram type. He hates his Enneagram type, and I'm like, no.
And he's an investigator.
He's good listening.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the investigator, and I think he's a great Enneagram type. Like I love having a 5 because
Curious.
he is Mr. Handyman. He's Mr. Fix It. Like he can do anything. He's very level-headed, so I love the
You
type
like
that
that
he
number.
is. I really can't imagine him as any other type. However, before I became a coach, we always assumed he was a 9 because 9s and 5s, like surface level, can look similar because they're very easygoing. But no, I can't imagine him.
You wouldn't want anything else.
No,
Good
especially
Great answer.
yeah.
I thought
like
I could
my man the
I
way
was
he
setting
is.
you up to just send it. I was going to text CT after this
Yeah.
and say,
And
hey.
now you have his number because I gave y'all his business card as
Yeah,
well.
perfect.
So
Yeah, do you want to talk about what he does? He does all kinds of things, right? He has planners.
yes. So he is a civil engineer by trade, but then he has been doing lawn care for probably 10 years. But then recently he was like, he has an eye for these things. And he was like businesses and even people's homes, like just a little pizzazz,
Really? He's like he's like a stylist for your yard.
For sure. Exactly. That
Might
should be his
new-
tagline.
Yeah. Let's get some shirts made.
Yeah.
I thought it was all this time. I thought it was planners, like that
planning.
you write in.
Yes.
You thought he had a planner business on the side
And
as
a
well
lawn
as
care.
planting. Okay.
He has
And a civil engineer job.
Yes.
He does all kinds of things.
A jack of all
He has
trades.
calendars.
It was confusing at the beginning, but I just went with it.
No, y'all will have to look up his social media, which I basically manage that. But he does a lot of amazing things. He just installed some beautiful planters right outside of Hall's Chop House in Columbia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Tom's gonna be blowing up his DMs.
Yes.
For sure. Is he used to that? Or?
Well, again, I'll probably be the one
going to her.
answering you.
Could be like, what kind of wood is that?
Okay,
Oh,
good
my
stuff.
goodness.
So websites, socials, give the people what they need here.
Yeah. So my website is letstypeaboutit.com.
Let's type about it.
Yes.
TYPE.
TYPE because of the 9 Enneagram types. And then same thing with my socials. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I probably should be more on TikTok because that's the way, but I just,
Can't dance.
I can't do one more social media platform, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's really the way to find me. Again, I also do a podcast. It's nothing.
Oh yeah, we
That's
forgot
right.
about that. We got to talk.
Oh, now we have to hit it.
Well, it's same thing. Let's type about it. I've been doing it for a little over a year, and we're mostly just it's just me. I love having guests on, so maybe y'all can come on sometime.
Oh, you know it.
But it's mostly all around the Enneagram, like really diving into different topics. Like the topic coming out is grief, how each type handles grief.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of things, and I love having guests on. And yeah.
Do
lots
you
of
have any
different
dream
topics.
guests? Like snap your finger, anyone you could have?
Oh gosh, I have tons. I literally maybe after a glass or two of wine, I was like just DMing people. Just you never know. You got to shoot your shot.
Like Michael B. Jordan or Justin Bieber?
Neither. I would go more with.
Dead.
I would go
Keanu
more.
Reeves.
No,
Oh.
mine is more like Rip from Yellowstone.
Oh,
Like that
rugged.
kind of rugged. Again,
Really?
that's the kind of
CT.
Wait,
Stop
you just
riding
watched
a
someone on your
horse.
podcast that barely talks?
yeah.
Like, great. I had on Rip. He said 2 words.
But he looked good.
Yeah,
I'm
looked
not
great.
saying I would ask Rip to be on. Y'all were just saying guys, and that's not my cup of tea.
yeah,
No
that's your
offense,
look.
that's not my
No
cup
offense,
of tea.
Kennedy.
Everyone has a cup of tea. That's not mine. But yeah, I have tons. I would love to chat with. I mean, I'm trying to think about people. Do y'all know Justin Anderson?
Justin Anderson.
He's out of Nashville, and he's really funny. He was best friends with Kristen Cavallari.
I know her.
He's like a hairstylist. Anyways, I had messaged him, and we're supposedly going to be
That's
having a
cool.
session here soon.
Sweet.
So that's cool. But I mean, anybody. I love people. I love to connect with people. Like he was saying before, can I ask you anything? I'm an open book. I'm probably too much of an open book. So I'm I love conversations with anybody about anything. So
What number is somebody that avoids grief? Like when you said grief, what is their avoidance?
So yeah, so there's going to be more types that are going to avoid it. Like for example, a 5. So my husband
Avoids it.
just it's more uncomfortable for him. He wouldn't mind me sharing this because he shared this on my podcast. But his dad suddenly passed when we were in college, and he couldn't really he always says he couldn't cry because it was just he
Right.
wanted to just internalize it. And then there's going to be some types that truly fall apart. Like the 4, they're more emotional. The 3 is going to be more busy, stay
Distraction.
busy. So it's just my point of that episode, which is coming out next week, is just to give awareness. So when you do experience grief and bereavement, that you can kind of understand why you're doing things the way that you are, and maybe
Right.
understand why others are too. Because I'm sure y'all have had experiences where it's families or friends, and it's one person is this complete way and one person's the other, and there's no right or wrong way to
Right.
grieve.
Like Erica Kirk.
Oh, that's a hot
Okay,
topic
let's
right
wrap
there.
it up.
Well, this has been great. Thank you so much for being on here. Everybody go check out Rachel York at letstypeaboutit.com or Enneagram coach Rachel at gmail.com.
You gave her Gmail.
I know.
What did you do?
I've been wanting to talk about your Gmail because it's so long.
All right, shoot her an email.
You also thought my name was Rachel Yoro.
Yoro.
Yori?
Yeah, Yori. It's Rachel York. Yes.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Oh, that was so fun.
Good stuff.
We're here for the health of it.
Just a quick note, this podcast is for informational purposes only. We're not meant to replace your doctors, and nothing here should be taken as medical advice. Always check with a qualified professional before making decisions about your health. The views and opinions expressed by our guests or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of this podcast. Reliance on any information provided is solely at your own risk.